Joining us now to sift through all that, the co-founder of Punchbowl News, Jake Sherman, professor of history at Tulane University, historian Walter Isaacson. His new book on the greatest sentence ever written is out now. Also with us, the co-founder and CEO of All In Together, Lauren Leader. She is a contributor to the Notice Perspectives column. And Lauren, it does seem like the president, as we just heard from Jake Sherman, is nowhere on this. Like he, other than some vague notion, like, oh yeah, we'll come up with a plan at some point. A real lack of ability to show empathy for people who are having a hard time, even a lack of an acknowledgement that there's a problem at all. And I just think last night, the overarching takeaway I got from last night was just, again, that he's existing in an alternate reality right now, that this bubble, and every president's in them occasionally, but this one in particular, surrounded by people who only tell him yes, who tell him things are great, cavorting with the rich, not everyday people. And he seems to have a real warped impression as to how the public is actually feeling.
I have so much to say about this. I mean, we heard in the Vanity Fair article, what did you hear from his chief of staff, the one person who is typically empowered in the White House to push back and kind of give a reality check to the president? What we heard from Susie Wiles in that piece is that she does not do that. She does not argue with him. She does not push back. She essentially accepts everything that he says and does. And so you see that cascades. And the problem that Trump has, of course, is that he owns all of it. He has a trifecta of his own party in the White House, in both houses of Congress, and he has built his career on blaming other people. There is no one left to blame. They are in charge. They own it. And I think it's part of what makes, first of all, it makes second terms very difficult, especially when they're facing a midterm that, is potentially catastrophic for them. He becomes almost a lame duck earlier than you would even imagine. You see this with Republicans in these purple districts like Lawler and others who are distancing themselves, carving their own path. So he's got nothing left, and what you see in a speech like last night is this kind of desperate effort to turn things around, but with no real ability or clarity about how. And healthcare Joe is so right. There is really no issue that we've seen in the last decade in American politics that unites Americans more, whether they hate Obamacare or they love Obamacare. It doesn't matter. They just want solutions because it is the one part of our lives that cannot be solved by the free market. We proved that again and again. That's why every time Republicans have tried to repeal Obamacare, it was a disaster. There is no alternative. If you don't pool the risk, this is what you get. You get exploding costs. And if he continues to stay on the sidelines, I think Republicans, this is going to kill them in the midterms. They know it. They know it.